Hi everyone, this is Kevin Phooj. I am an artist, content creator, and one-fourth of the Hmong American content creating group known as HAIB, and I want to share a little bit of my journey in practicing self-love and self-care. So, towards the end of 2019, I contemplated taking my own life. All of my childhood traumas, pent-up emotions, pressures, and irrational thoughts that I pretty much avoided my whole entire life had finally put me in such a dark place. By then, I had already learned how to live a life not for myself, but for others, because I constantly put others before me and depended on them, depended on people to make me feel some type of way, depended on things to fill up a void inside of me that can never be filled up if I did not love myself first, be there for myself first, put myself first. And it's so easy to hate your own flaws, but it was so bad to the point where I started hating what made me great, what made me unique. I saw that as a bad thing. I doubted my own skills, my own talents. I didn't think I had any skills or that I had any talent. I hated the fact that I was queer, that I identify with being queer. And it was so conflicting and sad because I know that I should be proud of who I am and how far I've come, but also at the same time, because it just hurt to be alive, to breathe, to think, to let your mind wander. But I needed a change, and it wasn't like, my environment at that time was bad for me because I surrounded myself with, friends that aren't toxic, that have my best interests, that love me, but it was what was going on inside of my head, and so I needed to step away from all of those things. And although, the year 2020 is a really dark year for everyone, it has also been very healing for me as well too. I think the biggest thing that I've learned is that, thoughts, they come and go. Our anxiety and irrational thoughts, they come and go, but we do not have to act upon them or believe them. But if you know the truth, but if I know the truth, I have to constantly remind myself of the truth. And that's what practicing self-love and self-care is for me. It's that anytime that I am triggered or anytime I have an irrational thought or I have an existential crisis, I know that that's normal and okay, but another opportunity for me to practice self-love and self-care, because from before, it was just a concept and something that I say or talk about all the time, but I actually, never really do it because I avoid it. But, I have to face it head on and I have to sit with it and just understand that I have to keep moving on. I may be tired, but I cannot give up, and I do not want to give up. I know that I don't want to give up. And we always talk about how it's good to be selfish sometimes, and take that time for yourself, put yourself first. But I don't think I really knew what that was ever until now that I'm practicing it. And I know that I'm practicing it because, when I do take the time for myself, and I'm taking a lot of time for myself, I feel guilty. And that's how I know, wow, that's how I used to feel like, or that is how I feel like, but I need to unlearn these things. I need to experience this new part of me, this new side of me. I need to allow myself to feel that so that I can unlearn these toxic traits, these toxic ways of thinking that are not allowing me to grow. So 2020 has been very eye-opening for me because it's okay to be by myself. We need to know that we still have ourselves. It's good to have support, but that support doesn't really mean anything if you aren't supporting and loving and caring for yourself. It's good that you are a good friend. I'm a good friend. I know I'm a good friend, but am I a good friend to myself? If I'm not a good friend to myself, then can I truly be a good friend to anyone else? And so the biggest thing for me this year and my whole entire life, and advice for everyone and anyone, is to really love yourself and be humble and true. to yourself. But I'll just end it here before I ramble too much. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay woke. Bye.